So, what is the low FODMAP diet? That is exactly what we're going to cover in this video, and I'm also going to share why and when you should be doing the low FODMAP diet. So, if you are excited to learn more about this, make sure to give this video a like and also subscribe just to make sure that you stay updated on whenever I post a new video. If we haven't met before, my name is Anna. I'm a holistic health and nutrition coach, and I help people heal their gut to be free of digestive distress, fatigue, anxiety, and instead regaining their energy and simply feeling light, free, and vibrant in their bodies. If you want to know more about that, I'm going to share a link in the description below. All right, so let's just take it from the beginning. So you might be wondering, okay, so what exactly are FODMAPs? So essentially, FODMAPs are a type of carbohydrate found in many different kinds of foods. But the key thing is that FODMAPs are not well absorbed in the small intestine. So instead, they go undigested down to the colon where they are fermented. So hence the F in FODMAPs. So they are fermented there by your gut bacteria. All right, and then we have 4 different categories. So the first one is oligosaccharides, which is the O in FODMAPs. And there we have fructans and galacto-oligosaccharides. And these are mainly found in things like garlic, onion, but also wheat and rye. And I wanted to also bring up that this is one of the reasons why a lot of times gluten sensitivity can be confused with having a sensitivity for fructans. And I have a separate video on this where I dive more into that and explain why that is. So I'm going to leave that video down in the description as well. But if you are interested or curious to kind of find out more about gluten, and if you might be gluten, sensitive to gluten, or if it's something else, then definitely check out that video too. All right, and then we have the Dsaccharides. So there we have lactose, which is found in dairy products, and then monosaccharides, where we have fructose, found in many fruits but also in honey. And then the final one is polyols, where we have mannitol and sorbitol, which is found in many fruits and vegetables but also used in artificial sweeteners. So as I mentioned, FODMAPs are poorly absorbed in the small intestine and again goes undigested down to the colon, where your healthy gut bacteria just needs to do all of the work to actually process the FODMAP. So that is a lot of work, and especially if you're having a sensitive or damaged gut. So let's say, for example, with IBS or irritable bowel syndrome, when your healthy gut bacteria is not that strong, that work gets even heavier. So, and that's why things like bloating, gas, diarrhea, even pain might come up in that case. So now you might be thinking, okay, so Anna, let's just skip all the FODMAPs then. Like, if they're causing so much digestive distress, like, why don't we just skip them? And unfortunately, it's not that easy. Most FODMAPs are actually extremely healthy and also prebiotic. So that means they're actually feeding your healthy gut bacteria. So if you leave out FODMAPs for too long, like permanently, then it can actually cause a lot more harm than good for you. All right, so let's talk about the low FODMAP diet. First of all, there are foods with higher FODMAPs and then foods with lower FODMAPs. For example, low FODMAP foods include unripe banana, walnuts, carrots, and then higher FODMAP foods include things like garlic, onion, and rye. So when you're having a sensitive or damaged gut, so again, for example, if you're having IBS, then it can be a great idea to do the low FODMAP diet as a way to reset your gut. So you can think of it as giving your gut a little bit of a break while building it up. So avoiding too much digestive distress while building up the strength of your gut. But as I mentioned, many FODMAPs are extremely healthy and essential for your gut. So the low FODMAP diet should only be done for a short period of time. So between 2 to 6 weeks, this depends on you as an individual and, you know, kind of where you are with your IBS, or if you're having another kind of, you know, gut disorder. So this is something to experiment a little bit with, but ideally it should only be done for between 2 to 6 weeks, and then gradually start to introduce higher FODMAP foods again. So we always want to get back into that state of abundance and away from restrictions. Especially if you're someone like me, coming from a background of having an eating disorder, you don't want to be in that restrictive mode for too long. Or just if you're having a negative, you know, a bad or poor relationship with food, you want to stay away from restrictions. So that's also why it's supposed to be done for a short period of time, and the best way to do it is to also have someone who supports you and helps you through that process as well. So where does this low FODMAP diet come from then? So it was actually developed at Monash University in Australia, and they also have an amazing app that you can use as a great reference when looking to define what kinds of foods are high FODMAP, which ones are low FODMAP. So I'm gonna share a link to get that app in the description below. All right, so just to quickly summarize, so doing the low FODMAP diet can be great if you are having a sensitive or damaged gut. So again, for example, if you do have IBS or any other gut disorder, as a way to reset your gut. But again, most FODMAPs are healthy and essential. They actually feed your healthy gut bacteria, so it should only be done for a short period of time. Otherwise, it can actually create more harm than good. And if you are feeling that going on the low FODMAP diet, that it's not so fun, or that it might even feel a bit overwhelming, you know, always remember why you're doing it, why you are looking after your health. And with that said, I'm actually gonna share some of the whys that some of my clients have shared, just to also give you some inspiration. But again, it's always very helpful to come back to why you're doing things, why you're doing it for the long run. It's very easy to let the kind of ego decide when you're about to create new habits and make changes to your life. You know, your ego just wants you to be very comfortable. So remembering your whys can be very powerful. So here are just a few things. So number one is have more energy so that I can feel as if I can conquer the world and set up my English tutoring course. Another one is feel more focused, confident, and happy. Third one is so that I can be the best sister, mother, and friend. And final one is to be less dependent on medications. So with that said, I want you to just pause this video for a moment, have a think about your why, and share with me in the comments below. All right, so if you got something out from this video, make sure to give it a like and also subscribe. It really means the world to me. And also, before you leave, make sure to grab your free guide, 3 Natural Remedies for Gut Health, which is packed with goodness. So definitely go ahead and grab that. I'm gonna leave the link to it in the description below. All right, thanks for being here, and see you next time.